Okay, so this lady went to a hairdresser. Long story short, I'm gonna try to recap this. And sat outside for an hour, and the lady basically did a no show, no call, no show for her, and she's gonna leave off at the part where the hairdresser had contacted her.
Oh, child, part two. It's gonna kind of be a long one. First thing I'd like to say is some of y'all are in my comments talking kind of crazy to me, and I'm just trying to figure out why. Like, I didn't do anything wrong. For the record, I just found a provider, booked a service, and did everything that I was supposed to do to have that service provided for me.
All right, so yeah, I get what she's saying right here, because sometimes you don't want to necessarily do your own hair, and I think people who is like do it yourself type people don't understand that perspective. Even me as a hairdresser, it'd be times where I don't feel like doing my hair, and I'll go and pay another hairdresser to do my hair.
I am new to Dallas. I've been here a year and I have been to the African shops and gotten braids and had pleasant experiences. And I have gotten wig installs and have had pleasant experiences. This was going to be my first time getting a lace closure sew in since I have lived here. So I found someone. I liked what looked like was their quality of work and their perceived professionalism. And I booked them on account of that. So it's people in my comments like telling me how I have to learn how to do my own hair and how I need to not be trying to go to Instagram stuff, all of these things. And it's just like, well, hold on, because none of that is the case. Like, I'm someone who I wanted a service. This isn't home for me. So it's not like I just have this group of old school stylists on retainer. That's not the case. This is social media. So as y'all can see, the same way y'all are dropping people in the comment section for me to find, that's basically the same route I've had to take to try and find people. I mean, it's kind of hard. Like, people put themselves out there and you find them. That's how this works. So with that being said, did hear from the girl, and she told me she overslept, took some medicine last night, asked if I still wanted my hair done. I'm like, well, yeah, I still want my hair done. But then she sends me this message about how she is like moving salon suites.
As soon as she said this, the first thought in my head as a hairdresser is that they locked her out of her suite. Like, a lot of times in these salon suites, they do illegal evictions, and a lot of us go for it. See, I ain't going for it where I'm at, but they'll just flat out, if you don't pay your rent at the end of the week, they'll just lock you out. But they ain't gonna put a sign up. You just is embarrassed, so you can't make any money till you give, the money. I mean, till you pay the money, and you gonna hear what she said when she was trying to get her to come to the apartment instead of the suite, the salon suite, which honestly, it doesn't make any sense from the consumer's perspective, but from a hairdresser perspective, it just makes sense why she would say that.
And is doing hair out of her apartment this week, and how I needed to shampoo my own hair. So then I'm like, wait, so now not only is the like service that I thought I was going to get the service that I'm going to be getting, but the location has now changed too.
And if I got any hairdressers watching, believe me, honey, I done taken many a sabbaticals. I understand you go through stuff in your life, all the different kind of stuff. I totally understand that perspective. But that being said, you need to cancel, like, especially these online booking stuff. You could cancel it out and be like, you're not accepting clients and this and that. But I get it. The lady had like death in the family and all this different kind of stuff, but I get why she's discombobulated. Like, this ain't like the 90s or the early 2000s when we was in salons. It's like the receptionist just was your receptionist for the whole shop. Now it's like a one-man operation where you is the, photographer, advertiser, your own secretary, this and that. So I get it.
Like, y'all got to keep in mind I had already waited an hour and some change. So she's like, well, would you like to reschedule or a refund? And then she's like, oh, like, I'm sorry, I wasn't feeling well. I'm only human. I'm like, well, hold on now, because I understand that you're only human, but you have to understand that I'm only human as well. So it makes sense for me to be frustrated when 2 hours have passed since my appointment was supposed to start, and I'm just now finding out that one, I need to shampoo and blow dry my own hair, and then two, the location has changed, so now I need to go somewhere else. Like, that's clearly an inconvenience. But let's keep in mind why I bought her the flowers. She just experienced grief. Like, I think the funeral was just like last week or something. And so I am a person of empathy, and I understand sometimes grief makes people not themselves. I also understand, though, that when you are a person in business, you still have a responsibility to uphold. The reason that I have not blasted her, as so many of y'all are encouraging me to do, is because of that fact.
And this right here is why I respect this sister right here. I respect that. I respect that because she saw her as human. She knew that this could ruin her business because this lady right here got a large following. And even though she's being egged on by us, it's black women in the comments saying, yeah, blast this lady out. She still had the empathy enough to be like, I ain't gonna put the lady on blast. Cause you could tell it was linked with grief. You know, I think we've all been there. You know, I understand because coming back after COVID and my father passed, and I had to stand over people's head while tears are streaming down my face. So yeah.
Because today I learned she wrecked her car and all these other things. And I don't know if she's telling the truth or not, but peep this. Her telling the truth or not is also not like my responsibility or my thing to deal with. If she's lying or anything, that's going to come back on her. I'm just a girl who needs her hair done before today ends. So I will put my energy toward showcasing the young lady who is going to be doing my hair in a couple of hours. And once that is done, I will post her. But some of you are like, tag her, so we know who to avoid. But let's be honest, a lot of y'all really just want the drama because y'all have said yourselves that you do your hair yourself. You don't even go get your hair done, or you stick to the reliable stylist that you've been going to, which means you only want me to post her so that it becomes a thing. And it's like, she already lost somebody. I am not trying to be the person who also causes her to lose her livelihood. Am I rocking with the way things went for me? Absolutely not. But the reason I did not tag her when I first made the post is because I wanted to give her the opportunity to try and rectify the situation. So now that I've given her that opportunity and I have decided that I am just not going to go to her, I can bow out gracefully. But that is part 2. Part 3 will be when my hair is actually done this evening. And it's unfortunate, but like, yeah, I want some of y'all to watch how y'all be talking to me though, because it's real love and light this way for the most part, but let's not too much on me. Thanks.